everybody, and thank you for joining us. My name is Harriet and I am joined here with the exceptional Maria Hocking. Maria is a UK life changer and I'm here today to inquire all about coaching and how it's benefited her and her life. Well, you know, when in Rome. So Maria, obviously you've been a coach now yourself for a long time. So what is coaching?
Coaching is it's a process that somebody can go through to look at their life where they are right now and to work out where they want to be, and then get that support to help them to take that route, really, to follow that process through to get to where they want to be. So it's kind of a supportive process. It's a very enlightening process, an inspiring and a motivating process. So yeah, it's kind of like that best friend that you need that's going to sort of like keep you moving forwards, keep you going forwards, and say you can do it when you think you can. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Would you advise that coaching is for anyone in particular, or?
I think coaching is for anybody who wants to live a happier life, you know. And I think that I truly believe that we were born happy, and I truly believe that we were born totally believing in ourselves, with limitless possibilities in our minds. But you know, we go through life, don't we? And we go through experiences, and we hear negative comments about ourselves. And all this kind of layers up, and it chips away at the real us, doesn't it? You know,
it does.
And who we really are. And then sometimes we can end up living a life that we didn't design, we didn't plan, but it's a life that, and it's a life that we think that's all we can have, but that's so not true. It's so not true.
So, in your vast years of coaching, what would you say has been your most enjoyable or empowering moment for a client that you've worked with?
There are so many moments, you know, and I've been asked this a couple of times, and I cannot literally pinpoint a moment, because I get that same feeling with every single client I work with. It's that moment where you just see that change, or that kind of light bulb moment, or they suddenly have this massive personal revelation that their life can be amazing, you know. And it's like when they lift or take away all of those things that they believed about themselves that were limiting them, it's like a whole new world opens up. And with pretty much every client you get that moment. So I'm really fortunate in that I get up every single day and I experience that moment every single day. So everything that I do with clients is memorable, if that makes sense.
It
it's
does,
really hard.
absolutely, and I personally believe that very much as well. What would you say, so we've talked a little bit about your clients, but what would you say personal development and coaching has done for yourself?
Wow, I can't even put that into words. But you know, it's completely changed my life. There was a time in my life where I didn't really know who I was. I had no confidence, I had no self-esteem. I felt stripped of everything, you know, literally my identity, my purpose, and I was at rock bottom. And it was just, I guess, natural curiosity that kind of led me into the field of coaching and personal development. And I started training to be a coach, and then I went to study NLP, and the transformation that I went through is, I feel like I went in a caterpillar and came out a butterfly. That's, you know, I physically felt like I could fly afterwards. So yeah, it's when you work on yourself and you completely look at everything that you believe, and you change everything you believe, so that you truly realise that you can live an exceptional life, you know. The world is limitless. So
just for, I mean, I'm personally aware of what you meant around beliefs, but I think sometimes that word's sort of thrown around a lot in today's society, and people are very strong, I believe. So can you just share a little bit more about beliefs and how people come to be limited by them?
Absolutely, yes. So I mean, we all believe certain things about the world, about ourselves, you know, and we've all got very different beliefs. And our beliefs were formed from a very, very young age. And we make sense of things in the best way possible by justifying something, or believing that, I don't know, that all school teachers are strict, for example. That's a really simple example, but you know, and they're scary, which obviously isn't the case, and I know that now.
But we do think that as kids.
We do think that as kids, you know, and we kind of develop these beliefs about the world and about ourselves, and sometimes they're really positive beliefs, you know, that we can do anything, we can achieve anything, but sometimes they're also negative beliefs based on what we've heard about ourselves or what we've experienced.
Could you give an example?
An example, so maybe I'm not good enough as I am, maybe I need to be thinner, maybe I need to be more intelligent, I'm not clever enough, I'll never find the right partner. All these beliefs that we have based on our past experiences, you know. but they are just stories. They're simple stories that we've made up to help us make sense of the world. And so when we change our story and realise that there is a lot more evidence for another, much better story, then our lives can change. Yay.
Absolutely. Just refer to your previous question. You talked about you really felt stripped bare at one point. And Maria taking a moment to hugely congratulate you on your book.
This is my author moment.
Different hat on. Maria has recently launched her book, Stripped Naked and Redressed with Happiness. And I'm not saying it because I am sitting here with you today. I promise. I read that book myself and I have implemented her tips and guidance from it. An absolute must read. So just going back, you talked yourself about how you were stripped bare, you felt stripped bare to nothing. Can you talk about that with regards to how you've put that into words with your book to help people? Yeah,
definitely. Well, like I said, without sharing too much of my story now, because it's quite a long story, that point in my life where I felt stripped of my identity, stripped of who I was, I thought was the worst possible time in my life at the time. But what I began to realise is that when we're stripped of who we are, we can become who we really want to be. I call the naked people the ones that have got stripped bare, the nudies, you know, the ones that have got
join
naked.
the nudie club.
That's right, the nudie club, you know, and the nudie club, they're the people that have been lost in life. They've hit rock bottom and they've had to dig so deep to reach deep inside to find their strength, their confidence, and really rediscover who they really are. And I say rediscover because we were all that person at the beginning. We get lost in life, and the nudies are the lucky ones that go through adversity or personal challenge and get to find their way back to happiness, you know, and that's what my book's
bring that
all about.
Childlike nature.
Oh,
absolutely.
Back in. You know, that playful nature, that spirited nature, that the laughter, the smiles, the fun, and you know what life is all about. You know, and even being here today in this amazing beach. You know,
beautiful.
Isn't this what life's all about? Enjoyment, fun, and you know, lovely conversations.
So you've been able to create that for yourself. Through the tips that you share in your book.
Absolutely. The tips in my book are called changing room tips to help you redress with happiness. And the
styling secrets.
Styling secrets, they're very good styling secrets. Got one, move over. And basically they're all the steps that I took to find happiness again. So, you know, I know they work because I'm walking, talking proof.
And presumably, did you use some of those tips and techniques within your coaching before?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But it wasn't until I'd really written the book that I'd realised how much of what I'd learned personally I was teaching through coaching already, if that makes sense. And then when I was writing a book, it all came together in this beautiful little package, which I know is going to go on to change many, many lives.
Yes. I really have to say that one again. Can't recommend that book higher. And the 1st of March, I believe.
1st of March.
You'll be launched in Truro, in Waterstones in Truro. Is there anything else that you'd like to share around coaching, or a message for your viewers today? A
message, I think this comes from both myself and Harriet, is that if you're feeling stuck in life right now, if you feel that there is no hope, then there is. You know, you just need the right help and the right person. Your life can be exceptional. Your life can be exceptionally happy. So never accept anything less, because happiness is your default setting.